Hello everyone, viewers and lovers alike. Welcome to Invasion of the Overmind, the campaign on our new roleplay TV segment here. We have ourselves a great cast of characters, a great campaign set up for you, and a great story we're going to be able to tell. So, you've already heard their backstories, but before we get started, let's go around and kind of introduce ourselves. Firstly, my name is Nick. I'll be the GM of this game. I've been playing tabletop for like the last 10 years of my life, and I've loved it every little bit of it. So I'm excited to kind of continue this. And let's go down the list. Alex.
Hey guys, my name is Alex Din. I am going to be playing a tiefling alchemist. Ryan. My character's name is Sarvin. Let's just keep it at that for now. You guys will get a little bit of taste of the true name. But actually, thanks to Nick, I got into tabletop, and this has been a lot of fun. So I'm very excited to play with you guys. Nick.
Hey, I'm Other Nick, or Nick Thomas. I'll be playing Dakeen of the Searing Gaves. He's an Inquisitor, but he doesn't know he's an Ifrit. Don't tell him. And he doesn't have a last name because he proved it off.
And Dan.
Hey guys, I'm Dan Hatton. Tonight I will be playing my Juju Mystery Man, Byron Samedi, the Rat Folk. And he's definitely going to be the dedicated necromancer of this horrible experience of ours.
Oh, I'm Dom. I've been playing D&D for like 3 years now. Also, my first game was with Nick. DM Nick, not Nick Thomas. And I play Katia, who is a Dampier and a Blood Rager. And yeah, I'm excited to some people.
Hey, I'm Eric. I'm playing Ratia the Strix, War Priest Fighter. I've been playing D&D for about 4 years, and I'm going to be the mom of this group. Should prove to be pretty funny.
Mumsy.
Hello, children.
Alright, I am Ryan Moore. I'm going to be playing Jibu, the Killer Friar. I am a human brawler. Alright, I am going to be frontline, I hope. I hope that doesn't go awful. And I'm a grappler, so that brings that specialist grappler as well.
Also, just gonna reiterate something. We are playing Pathfinder, or D&D 3.75, whatever the way you want to call it. I love Pathfinder. Everyone here loves Pathfinder, so it should be a lot of fun. All right, are we all ready to start?
Yes.
All right, sounds good. Let's get into this.
Finally.
All right, so our story takes us 10 miles deep underground. This, your home, this underground prison run by the Radiant Dawn. It has been called the place where the most vile and evil prisoners are kept. The prisoners here all have the same sentence: a lifetime in the hole. At the lowest level is the Altar of Infernin, a large magma pool where prisoners are offered a chance to redeem themselves and bathe in its holy flames. For with their sinful life comes a redemptious afterlife. The true punishment is living here until you die, where the only way out is burning. The prisoners are divided into 12 cell blocks, which are all share the same 3-story common room. The most privileged prisoners sit at the top. There is pseudo-gang leaderships that form around every corner. The prisoner is patrolled and controlled by various inquisitors who have taken a vow to stay in the prison forever, their charges never meant to leave. Higher leadership includes clerics and paladins, and the prison is ran by the most notorious of men, the second warden of the Hollow, known as Vincenzo Altori. And with that, there is one rule in the Hollow, one most sacred law that exists. No one gets in, no one gets out. And that's where we bring our heroes today, or our not-so-heroes in this villainous campaign. Our prisoners as they awaken to, or are sleeping currently, sorry I may say, to a new day in the Hollow. So, first things first, today is a normal day like any other. Or else it would be for one of you. Because one of you, meaning Dakin in particular, you have a most interesting dream waking up to all of this. You don't dream as much. You used to before you were in the Hollow, but afterwards it seems that they just kind of blend together. You have a vision or a dream. You're not really sure what it is. Maybe it's just a premonition of things to come. You see a man in complete, just cloaked in darkness until it fades away, showing you his figure. You see an oddly shaped squid tattoo on his neck, kind of tentacles going up the side of it, ending before it hits his ear. And you see him suddenly what looks to be a part of the prison that you've never seen before. You see him go down one of its hallways, and then entering a room. The room has various runes inscribed in all of it in a large circle. You see it glow briefly for just a moment, and you wake up in a cold sweat. And with that, everyone else starts to stir awake for their next day in the Hollow.
Are we in the same room?
You're in the same cell block. Yes, you all have your own individual rooms, but they're pretty open. They're like open, like indents in the wall, basically. And you've all kind of arranged yourselves into one area.
So when Dakin wakes up from that dream, he kind of wants to keep his fresh in his head, and he kind of like bolts for Mom's cell.
Mom being Ratia.
Yes.
Mom being me.
Mom being Ratia.
Okay, Ratia, you don't really like dream as much. You get up and you're feeling good because of the whole dream feast vibe that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And
then Ratia has probably been awake for a few minutes already, just in the case of like to prepare her spells every day. Yeah, she is. She's in there. She's awake essentially.
Okay.
But it's
She
like
does appear to be in quiet concentration.
All right, you were just kind of relaxing and concentrating when you hear the pitter-patter of footsteps as this heavily buff 5'3" individual, bald, right, Nick? Bald?
Yes.
Bald man walks in his prison rags, kind of just like sweat.
But he's silent, and he's staring, and he's waiting to be acknowledged.
She'll crack an eye open. She'll look at him. Tilts at the head. Are you all right?
We need to talk.
That's it.
Different section of the prison. Someone with a squid tattoo on their neck. They walked into a room. I'm not even sure I'm making sense right now. But someone with a squid tattoo walked into an area of the prison that we've never seen before, and they glowed, and then they disappeared, and we can figure out what that means.
How do you know it was the
thing that's
prison if
happened?
you've never seen it before?
What else am I going to dream about? I've been in here for longer than 5 years. It didn't seem like a dream. It seemed like someone else somewhere in this prison went somewhere and then they vanished.
You believe this to be a premonition of some sort?
Infernan's closer to me than he is to the altar down there. He would have sent me something.
Can you describe the tattoo a bit in more detail?
He gives us best detail of the tattoo as he can.
Yeah, it's black. It's just mainly black. There's no color. It almost looks like a stencil design, and it's just very tribal stencil.
May I perform any sort of check to try and identify?
Yeah,
Perhaps
you
maybe
can
I've seen
give
someone heard of it.
me knowledge religion or knowledge arcane.
All right, religion. We're rolling
I
that
have
into
knowledge
the
religion.
now.
Do I have knowledge religion? I do have knowledge religion, but it's a 0.
You can go ahead and roll
knows.
for it. It's,
Ratia knows a bit more in the ways of religion. 21.
okay.
Solid.
Was that showing up in the chat?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And if you hover over it, it shows the roll and add.
Oh, you
Okay.
did the block roll version of it?
Yeah. Oh, so 21. So, from what you can tell, you're like trying to think of what it could be connected to. There isn't any particular gods that are, tentacles or like octopuses. You think it might have ties to the old stories of, say, Leviathan, who is supposed to be the primordial of these islands, but all like mythological, juncture at this point. No one's really can prove Leviathan's been there. You yourself kind of know that your father's talked to you about it a few times over the years when you were out of the prison, Ratia, but you think it might be Leviathan, but that's the only one you could really think of.
Remind me, GM or Dan. What was Daniel, your character's name?
Byron. Yes.
I'll mention Byron. We should speak to him. He claims to have had visions before of a similar ilk. He might be able to speak better than I could.
Then, without like any kind of acknowledgement or farewell, Dakin turns and heads to Byron.
Yeah. Everyone's kind of waking up at this time too, so.
Yeah, you kind of see. If
you hear the running past your like cells, and you're just like, God, not again.
He grunts and sort of rolls his shoulders.
I will assume the best.
And his eyes are still closed. He doesn't even really bother opening them just yet. He's still like wandering, memorized. He's used to the cell after 5 years, and he's sort of going around and just putting on what little tatters he has with his cuffs on his hands still. And then he hears the sound, and his ears sort of flick in the direction. And he turns to the door of his cell and then opens his clouded over eyes.
Sorry, dude, I heard that wrong too.
I heard.
Yeah, I heard that after I said it.
Does Ratia go to move with Dakin, or does Ratia stay?
She will follow, not at your speed.
Okay. Yeah, because he's just
casually walking.
Yeah, she's walking.
She's like, I don't got time for this.
Is it reasonable to say I recognize everyone's voices at this point in time?
Yeah, you've lived with them for like 5 years plus, yeah.
I guess Katya's just like poking her head out, like, what is happening?
I'm gonna listen in. I'll follow.
Slowly.
Yeah.
Like I'm very warily kind of like.
Is it time to execute the escape plan? I mean,
like what's
Byron
going
has a smirk on
on?
his face because he thinks he knows who it is, and he's really hoping he's right.
You just see like Ji Woo put down like the little chisel he has. He's trying to dig in the wall. He's like, oh, it's time. Like,
What's going on? What's going on? But like when he sees Byron acknowledge him in some form, he doesn't wait for like a greeting. He just kind of starts into regaling like the dream to the best of his ability. And then
So
he finishes,
no context, just
no context, just launches into it.
All right, and then you see the smirk grow a little wider now that he knows he's correct, and then he looks over to Dakin and says, "Well, good morning to you. Well, good morning to you too."
He just huffs, just
All right, so then he's going to do a religion. I think
Knowledge
going by
religion?
my higher one. Let me see which one's higher because I have both of those. And I have decent ranks.
I would say you could do knowledge arcane. You would get a different response than say the knowledge.
What about knowledge planes actually? Because I have that too.
I mean, out of game, I'm saying Arcana and Planes are going to be where it's at, but
You can do it. You might not get as much. You can try, yeah, for sure.
All right, I'll just do religion then because plus 9. So
Might roll higher than me.
While he's doing that, you see Sarvin come up, just peek out, and it's just like he hears like Dakin and like doing this. I'm like, he goes back like into his cell and just go back to like doodling on his like on paper.
Oh, okay.
He's just like bombs.
No,
I'm
I'm like trying to get there.
I barge into the cell and I ask everybody what's going on while they're in the middle of talking.
I'm just like peeking around the corner of the door like this.
What's
like
happening?
actually seeing my roll. So
You seem very eccentric. You have a bad dream?
Okay. So, Byron, you get about a few points higher. You can probably tell. So, what you can probably tell is, like, you being like a beast tribe folk, you've also heard about Leviathan. But when you've been described it, been described that Leviathan is never really described as like, say, a giant octopus monster in your mind. You've always like heard stories of him being like a giant whale of some sort. So you're like,
Or like a serpent or something.
yeah, something that's not like contrary to popular
Not
belief, not something.
tentacly.
Yeah, you're like, that doesn't sound right. You're like, I don't know what that could be. And the fact that someone
So
has a
it's like-
tattoo.
So that sounds a bit stranger than the interpretations of Leviathan that I heard.
Also, Leviathan being like mythology too, you know. Now you don't even know if Leviathan's like a real. You're like,
Yeah.
I can't be
Well,
real.
but okay. Well, what would my and then as far as like how he's regaling that this is a dream, right? Do I take any context into that or no?
No, you're like dreams are dreams. Stuff happens here. You're caught on the ground.
Even with my history.
Yeah, I mean, well, because you have to realize you've been caught underground for like all these years. So,
Yeah, I'm probably doubting it as well. Like,
it's very possible.
It is possible he's just being stir crazy.
Yeah.
Well, if someone like doubts him, he just kind of levels that stare that he has at them. He's like, "This is the first real
your
thing
stare
I've dreamed
means
since I've
nothing
been down."
to my character because he can't even see
Still
your face
does
cut.
it. Still like this is the first real. This is the first real dream that I've had about anything down here that wasn't mundane or blank or didn't remember it in the morning. This has to be something.
It is I say this, it is a bit unusual, but you can't take too much stock in dreams. Perhaps we should learn more. You said I assumed he said, you were in the prison part of the way in the dream? Perhaps we can find this location first.
Does he feel he could, if they were somewhere, would he recognize it? Like, is it that clear?
He wouldn't be able to recognize the person per se.
No, the place.
Oh, the place.
place.
Yes.
Like, if we managed to find where the dream took place, he'd remember, like, this is where it was.
Yeah, you would definitely be able to recognize the room that way.
After I'm been Sarvin's probably overhearing this, and then I'm gonna ask Dakin, Dakin, could you describe me on how the place looked like?
He just slow inhale, huffs at his nose because he literally just did this. But he does. It's like, yes, somebody else just asked. They weren't listening the first time, but he's not. Just. And then he goes into it again. This time, staring at Simon.
Okay. Since I was doodling, I started writing notes of what he said earlier, and what he just tells me, and then can I make any type of geography check around because we've been in prison for 5 years? Can I do a local check or anything like that to find out if I could find where he's talking about?
You can go ahead and give me a local check if you want. Like I said, your religion already seems to have been exhausted. You can try a local check or
well, I'm talking about the location of where he had his dream.
No, you wouldn't. This is something that wouldn't be geography. Geography is more above ground. This
Okay,
is just
well,
prison.
But is there any type of
Architecture?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Something
Yeah, if you had knowledge, architecture, dungeoneering, yeah, you could.
I do have dungeoneering.
Okay.
All right,
Would it be dungeoneering? I mean, it technically is a dungeon, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have dungeoneering. So I just. All right. So bear with me. So I just roll D20, right? That's just how it works.
Yeah. Do you know how to do that in roll 20?
Yeah, just decide. Okay. Giving it a shot.
Okay.
Okay.
16.
So, well, it's 16, but I've dungeoneering that gives me a +5.
Okay, so 21.
You can literally put that when you roll it, by the way.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Okay, so 21.
See the roll
From what
plus
you
five.
can tell, you've never seen this type of room or heard of a type of room before. It's definitely in the prison. You would probably reckon that that's due to the nature of ruins and the way it's built, and that it looks a lot nicer. If it is being described to you a lot nicer than what you kind of are used to, it's probably something maybe in the guards' quarters on that level, or the warden level that you've never really been to. You don't remember coming to the prison.
Right.
You're knocked out beforehand, so you can only judge that might be where it was.
Okay. With that in mind, it says Dakin, my Inquisition thinks that possibly this would be in a nicer area around the prison.
Nicer?
As you describe,
You mean like
as you,
you mean like the high-end quarters, maybe?
possibly.
Perhaps, and then and you hear Byron chime in. Perhaps I can ask my contact within the prison. It has connections to the gangs here, but perhaps he could know something.
Who's like doing yard work?
We
I
heard.
think that's
I'm pretty sure it's my mic, but
He kind of puts on like a faux charming. Like you can tell he's being sarcastic. If you wouldn't mind.
hey,
I myself cannot speak for the room, but the symbol itself, there is someone else in the prison who might know of it, if you're willing to pay.
Pay?
Or bargain.
Do I? Pay?
says the lady with the tokens.
No, I'm just saying.
This means a great deal to you, yes?
It could. I mean, like, anyone who's anyone could look at him and tell that it does, but he's not going to admit it.
Okay, so I'm genuinely asking Mom. Oh, I forgot my character's supposed to have accent. If we were to try and bargain, could we possibly do that instead of paying?
Possibly.
We could shuffle the price down.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Or we could
mind.
just scare them.
True. I wouldn't mind going and trying to talk to them. You are.
The one you're looking for is Henrietta of the Keeps. Possible she might know more of the symbol itself.
Hold
She's
on.
the only other person I could think of.
Well, perhaps we should look at multiple venues then.
Do you like this Henrietta?
Like is a strong word. I know of her, and I know that she
I
might
want
know
to know
something.
if you mind if I burn that bridge.
Go ahead.
I wouldn't recommend that. That seems a bit rash.
Well, she is the most informed person in the prison. It's not a bridge I would like burned, but this obviously means a great deal to you.
Alright,
So
well,
I would see it solved.
at least let me go with you, Dakin, so we don't cause a prison-wide incident and a bounty of tokens on our heads.
And
However, if you do cause an incident, I'd be willing to back you up.
It would be the most
Dakin,
interesting
don't
thing to happen.
encourage him.
we could just take the opportunity to plan our escape now.
Yeah.
While they're doing that, this is literally what Sarah's doing.
Yeah, so Henrietta is pretty well known. She's the leader of one of the major three gangs. I'm sorry if I didn't go over that before. The major three gangs that you have are the Razors, the Orca Society, and the Keeps. So Henrietta leads the Keeps, which are these very a lot of subterfuge and this cloak and dagger kind of information gathering. If you want better food or some other special things for your cell, you go to the Keeps. They're able to kind of
So-
smuggle stuff.
Is the keeps above or below us? Like, I forgot how high
You
or
would
low
need
we are.
the Keeps. They operate out of the common room, and sometimes the pit. So you just honestly need to contact one of them, and they usually can get you what you need. You know, Henrietta is the leader of the Keeps. She's this gnomish woman with attitude.
What were the other two gangs?
Oh, sassy.
What's the other two
What were the
gangs?
other two gangs?
The
Razors.
The other two
and-
gangs are the Razors. Razors is ran by a man named Thrax. They get their name because when you join the Razors, you actually have to sharpen your teeth to a razor's edge. And because of that, it's a brutal initiation process. They fight a lot. They have the highest mortality rate and kill rate of any of the other gangs in the prison. And they are pretty much one of the top, probably the top gang out of the three. And then the Orca Society is mostly orcs. You have to be an orc to get in. There's actually one member that is not an orc. It's just because he's a very accomplished fighter. Jiwoo himself is also not a member, but he's fought in many of the fight clubs that they run and whatnot.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ji-Woo, at this point, Dakin would tilt his head towards where Ji-Woo's cell would be. Hey, Punchy! Want to scare some information to the people?
I'm down. From which gang?
Keeps.
All right.
I knew he'd be on board.
Is that the one? Which one's the gang with my rival? Like, okay, so this is one information you guys know that I take place in like the fight clubs, and I'm the second strongest fighter, second to a guy who always destroys me. Like I don't even come close.
Yeah, that's the leader of the Orca Society. That's Chief Iron Summerheart.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, can you say that last name again? You
He's
kind of
Chief
reverb me.
Iron Summerheart. Oh, sorry, Summer Ironheart. So his first name is Summer. His last name is Ironheart.
So Nick, we never discussed Nick the GM.
Yeah.
My contact, who I have, which is the my illicit substance dealer in the prison.
Yeah.
Are you an effing addict?
No.
Yeah, that's Took.
Poison dealer.
That's
Poison dealer.
your dealer is
he's
Took,
fine.
he's one of the keeps. So you always go through there. He's kind of a
Alright,
mousy
so-
to
Probably
himself.
doesn't work
He's a
that
human.
good with Henrietta, then.
Yeah, he's the other rat.
I'm also
right?
curious. With damn fears, how much can I survive? How long can I survive without blood? Like, can I just survive off of?
Yeah, you don't have to use blood. That's just
Cool.
only vampires really.
Just making
require
sure,
it, yeah.
because we just
you
woke
have the
up
op- you
and
have
I
the
haven't
option.
eaten today. Well, I mean,
You can lick my knuckle. You can lick my knuckles after Fight Club.
I probably would.
Really nicely. One or two of us could sacrifice one or two mouthfuls. But take any more and you're going to get burned.
So not for
after-
you then.
From Katia, I take a couple of steps away from her. I'm like,
I'm just like leaning in, like.
Byron just shakes his head and like.
Alright, so we're going to meet up. What's the lady's name again?
Oh, Henrietta.
Henrietta.
Henrietta. Alright, I'm down.
Okay, so there's. Can I do something separate while they're getting ready to go?
You can. Oh, you also know that Henrietta is not going to be available till lunch because that's
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Like,
Well,
she's got
that's
to
why I
dig too.
wanted to
Everyone's
speak
got to
with
dig.
Tooks. I wanted to speak with Tooks first so that maybe we could get an easier, like, have lunch with Henrietta, so we're not. Well, actually,
Yeah,
probably,
you could look for Took while you go dig if that's what you're doing.
Because I know he's probably up in the morning giving everybody their early morning juice.
I would like to go along with, shoot, I'm sorry, Dan's character,
Byron.
Byron. Yeah, sorry. I would like to go along with Byron.
Well, it's like if we know she's not available till lunch, then might as well do
Yeah.
other things until then.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why. Because Tooks, he hides all his stashes in weird places. So.
Yeah, there's one thing that you know. When you wake up, if you want to eat, you got to dig.
Alright,
Wanna
so
do-
digging a
That's fine.
token. This I didn't know about. What's up?
Oh, so you have to dig 50 pounds of dirt. 50 pounds of dirt gets you a token. A token gets you a meal for the day. Basically, you can eat for the day.
You should up the weight to that, Nick. 50 pounds of dirt's not a lot.
It's
It
a
is
lot
when you
for
don't have a
me.
shovel.
It's a lot.
Okay.
It's 10 pounds less than me. So.
Yeah, 50 pounds of dirt is hard when you don't have a shovel.
Okay.
What's the?
Damn.
What do you have to roll to try and like double dig?
To double dig, it would just be a strength check.
GM.
Well, I can dig really well. I'll go
Yeah,
get money.
Because I think
It's also my workout.
Dakeen would probably like double dig as much as he can, not only
Yeah.
to shore up his own savings, but also to cover those in the circle that can't quite
Yeah.
Yeah.
quite
I would
dig
do-
as hard.
So,
I want to go dig.
And I would try not to get outstaged by him, by Dakeen.
He's
just over double dig also.
While they're doing that,
So I'm gonna do that too, because I'm pretty strong.
Hey, Eric. Sorry, Alex. Eric had his hand up.
okay, go ahead.
Before anyone has a chance to go off and do anything, Ratia goes back to her cell and comes back with 6 tokens.
Our allowance,
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
mommy.
We're doing other things today. We don't have time to dig.
Dang it.
I have a genuine question. Because I mentioned that Byron mostly probably made his tokens each day by wagers because let's be frank, he's the weakest member of the party, so his best chance of getting it is probably literally conning it out of people. Is there a way for me to determine how well I've done with that?
I mean, that would just require. You usually get fed by Ratia, but most of the time, you most of the time go in, you bet on the fights, and usually what you do, the fights happen every night, so you pretty much, you'll get Ratia, you'll save up your allowance per se, and you'll like bet on the fights, and you'll be like, I bet on Ji-Woo, and they're like, no, you shouldn't bet on Ji-Woo, and then Ji-Woo wins.
I bet on Ji-Woo until like the point when he's at the last fight with his rival, and then I always bet on his rival.
What do you, no. What you do is you go all the way until he's third place. Then of course he's going to hit second. Then you bet against him, and he takes a dive.
No, I can't. Because that's how we. I won't take a dive. I won't do it. I'll say.
I know.
Oh no, you won't take a dive. You'll just.
I'll take this dive, and then I'll get into the fight. I'll be like, no, I'm not losing.
Okay.
And then,
All right, so everyone has their tokens, so we can go do the other thing now.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, so
He just
Let's
kind of
go.
like looks at the tokens and he's just, I have to double
Yeah,
dig
he's like,
for 3 days to pay this back.
Okay, so you guys head down. You're currently on cell block C.
oh, okay.
this is where the common room is, right?
You're on the second floor. So the common room is 3 tiers. So the way that the prison is, it's cell block A, common room B, C, common room D, E, common room F.
Okay.
That's how the alphabet
Right.
goes.
So do I know? So do I know which common room tier he would be at? Like.
Oh no, the common room's all the same.
Oh, so it's just a unified set. Okay.
Yeah, he'll probably be on the second floor, but like you can easily get to because the bottom floor is where you mostly eat. It's also the entrance to pits. Top floor, you're not never to go there because the razors are up there. Henry,
Because I know he's probably about as weak as I am. So the only way he makes money is with his
Well,
drugs.
yeah.
So
Took,
I,
yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, Took is like an addict, so he's just like he's tweaking.
I just got my token, so I'm going to get breakfast.
man, maybe we should eat first if we're gonna be proper.
Let's go as a group.
I don't
Yeah,
care. I'm going to the bottom floor.
Yeah, I actually want to know. I want to see us prison gang head to a table.
yeah.
Like we kind of fall into ranks. Where does what's our standing order? Like if we're walking in a group, do we like form a
height.
protective circle around mom, or like what do we do?
Yeah.
Mom was a
Mom is the
protective
mom
circle
boss,
around.
got it.
Mom is the head of the protection circle.
We just feed formation behind mom and sweep the hallways.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm betting
Yeah.
I'm probably standing like
In the back.
yeah.
He's just
I'm
piggybacking off me.
I want to be as close to the
I'll
point
say
as
I'll
possible.
Loose shoulders.
Yeah, he's just piggyback off me. How tall are you?
I'm 3'11".
Jesus.
Hey, if you stand on my shoulders, we could be an entire person.
A really tall
Or
person.
just throw a trench coat on them.
It seems like the
Just a
key.
rat head and stuff. That's the highest height I could possibly go, by the way. Like I can't go any taller than that with rat
Oh,
folk,
man.
so. Like their shoulder than
rat
nose.
folk.
No.
Dude, 1.5 rat folk would have been beautiful.
I don't want to
Right,
get
so-
punted across the prison.
Right, so we're walking in. We're in our normal group thing. We head into the first common room,
Okay.
or I guess we head to breakfast.
Yeah. So breakfast, you got to go all the way downstairs. So you go down to the bottom. Everyone's kind of eating. It's very loud and bustling, as per usual. You can, the first thing you can hear is the orcs kind of banging their goblets at their tables. They're very cheap goblets because everything's made out of wood, and they're hooting and hollering. One guy stuffing his face. You see a few of the other people just kind of looking around, just like some people look really tired, some people look too peppy to be in a prison, and just a variety of faces are just all across the board. You eventually do get to you go through the long line. It takes you about 45 minutes to get through the entire line, and then you're served your morning supper, or your morning's breakfast, sorry. You get your bread.
Slop.
You get
Wait,
your,
what do I get? What do I get?
You get your slop, your morning slop, which is some sort of
I'm gonna pretend mine's bacon flavored.
it's
Ugh.
not. It's some sort of cooked quail chili thing with eggs.
That sounds
Reanimate
delicious. I'm not
really
against
tempted
this
to
yet.
reanimate this.
Quail
just to see what
chili?
would happen.
Quail.
I'd eat it.
Quail are hard. They're not intense.
And it looks like it's been cooked very well done because you don't want to kill people in the prison, and just your water. And
Great.
everything's put into this bowl, and except for the water, obviously. The water's in like a little cup.
It's purely substance. It has nothing, no taste except that.
Yeah, it's they don't have Nutriloaf in the fantasy ages, but you know, it was as close as they could.
Soylent.
But yeah, you all
Ratia has secured a table for everyone while they wait in line.
And you see on Jiwoo's shoulders, Byron's holding 2 plates.
So, are you alone right now then?
And I'm
Ratia,
holding-
as you sit down.
And I'm holding Mom's plate.
Mom
Yes,
doesn't eat.
technically. Yes, technically she'd be sitting at the table by herself.
All right. No, I'm holding my own plate. Yes, he's holding Mom's plate.
Okay.
Mom doesn't eat, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Mom doesn't get a plate.
So as Rati
I
is sitting
forgot.
alone, Rati, you see a big brutish orc kind of stroll up to you, or like, oh my god, here we go again. Like that's just all you're thinking in your head. Boy, he says, shaking the kind of table as he like sits his ass down. What's a little birdie like you sitting all alone?
Do I see this?
I was say I want to see this so bad.
Yeah,
Do
you
all
do
of
see
us see that?
I
don't
just dropped the rat guy and I just barge in.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
I just dropped it.
I'm like,
I just go up to Mom.
Okay, can I try to catch Byron then if you're gonna throw him?
Reflex save.
I immediately look for a place to hide under.
You're in line. You're just like.
There are a lot of tables.
All right, I want to step in between the two of them.
All right, so you guys rush over, and like the orc looks at you. She's like, "Oh, I didn't know you were currently occupied with." He gives Katya the like dirtiest look you've like ever seen, and then like it looks like he's about to go for it. Like I don't know if but then he sees Jiwoo and Dakin kind of flank up, and he's just like,
Not worth it.
yeah. He looks back at the other orcs. The orcs are just like.
Back away.
And he's like, he goes back.
Just leave. And I'm just standing here like 5 foot, 110 pounds, just like, that's right.
What did you want,
Isn't
Mom?
staring anything.
Like I'm bothering you, Mom?
Staring so intensely at this orc that approached her. Like if he could burn holes in the back of this guy's skull with his eyes, and he could, they would be happening.
And Byron just has a vicious grin as he's glaring at this thing. Like his clouded over eyes, just the little tiny pupils following him as he's walking by.
Yeah, are you still in line? You and Sarvin and
I'm still in line for
Byron?
sure. After I look at this, I'm like, and I see
Yeah, I'm
like
still
this.
in line, but I'm just
That guy spills food. Did you spill your food? Did you make the reflex save?
let me make the reflex save. I want to know if I drop my food.
No, you don't drop your food. No, you're used to this.
I look at this, and I'm like, after I see the situation, I was like, I sigh in relief. I'm like, thank God.
Yeah, Ratia knows this happens.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to Ratia.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, what did he do, Mom? What did he want?
Yeah, did he say anything to you?
Oh, he just wanted some pleasant conversation, that's all.
You mean he wants to die?
Thank you all so much for rushing over. I'm quite fine though. It's all right. Did you get your food?
Back to the log.
I'm just like, oh.
I just brought my plate with me.
I still come up.
Jiwoo
When
was
you
like,
see
I guess I
me
gotta go
like
back.
carrying like 3 plates now.
He's like,
I just see him like on a handstand holding the plates on his feet.
No, I got one on my tail and like one
There
on
you
my
go.
cane. Like I'm like
Yeah.
cane spinning it.
He does the Peter Parker Spider-Man from the first Spider-Man movie.
Is Byron
Tobey
like
Maguire.
wobbling over, covered in plates?
So eventually, you all get your food after much deliberation, and you sit down for a very hearty breakfast. You're like, dum, dum, dum.
Ooh.
I do. Do I have like a cane? Like I really want to know if I.
You don't have a
actually
cane. They don't give you a cane. They don't care if you need a cane.
Like that's my picturesque thing that I really.
Man,
like, the
they are
two things I do, like,
jerks.
hat and a cane.
Yeah, so an hour into consuming and kind of like getting everything and being done, you notice that there seems to be more of a hustle and bustle than usual coming from above.
Okay, I don't notice it because I'm so busy scarfing my food in my face. And I'm looking at the
very
short.
slowly, so I hear it immediately, and I'm
Yeah. So
can't
the
see
common
it.
room area is about 40 feet tall. Just
Yes, I don't see it.
Too common.
Does it just sound like a bunch of, like feet, like people scurrying around?
No,
or...
it sounds like hooting, hollering, a little bit of whistling.
Really?
You can tell right away, like all of you
Sounds
know.
like a riot.
Well, not a riot, but you all know what this means because it's the top level. As it slowly kind of gets to the mid level, you're like, oh, there's a new prisoner.
Ah.
You're like, that's
Oh
initiation,
no!
right?
He's gonna have a tattoo and everything's gonna go to hell.
Can I run out to like? Is he gonna pass through like a hallway, or is he gonna come?
He's gonna go through the common area. So there's like a big kind of like staircase that leads all the way down. So you'll probably see him before he's like.
I am turned, prepared to clap.
and there's the comment that Byron decides to say is, "Looks like we got some fresh blood, folks."
Byron's immediately like,
Sounds like something.
And I look over to Katya when I say it. Just
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, ooh, blood. Thank you.
Second breakfast.
Mm.
I'm like,
share the blood.
I mean, he won't have joined a gang yet.
yeah, so, like,
So-
that's why yeah.
I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna find out what cell they throw him in.
Are we recruiting a blood bitch? They literally like contribute nothing to us except allowing Katya to take her bill. Like, is that really what we're recruiting right now?
Well, actually, I'm not going with the group at this point. I'm actually looking for. Is there a rat in an immediate area that I can smell?
Oh yeah, you're looking for Tookie?
No, he's looking for a
Yeah,
rat
that
to talk
rat.
to.
Yeah, that particular rat.
Oh, like
Okay.
Took or an actual rat?
Probably both. Like,
Okay.
I'm looking for both.
Let's go time to the rest of you. We're gonna go with the rest of them, and I'll get back to you, Dan, if that's okay.
That's all good.
So, who is leading the charge upstairs as they try to get a look at this new prisoner?
Me.
Okay. Is it just you? Is anyone else going?
I'm going
I'll
to.
follow.
Yeah, I'll follow too.
Yeah, Dakeen's
I'm-
like
I'm not busy eating anything.
I'll follow with a couple of steps
just a
behind
cube
them.
of force. Just
I'm
like,
taking whatever leftover foods were on the table with me
so
as I run.
Katya, Jiwoo, Dakeen, and Sarvin. So you got a tiefling, a human, a Damphir, and just a block of meat. Because that's what a 5'3", 182-pound man is. Just like moving.
The weirdest Congo line ever.
Yeah, you see him, and then Ratia, of course, kind of following the flank. Like, she's like, da, da, da. He's like, whatever. You could see that the prisoner, whoever the figure they brought down, he's flanked by like 4 men, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. That's usually what they do. They send 4 guards down there to kind of keep everything down. You've never heard of anyone getting murdered midway being transferred to a new cell, but you're sure the Inquisitors would probably have a field day with that and probably murder a few people if they tried, which is usually their solution to most things. Is if a prisoner gets on a line, you just give them the old cut.
Can't keep it, murder it.
Yeah, pretty much. So they lead him, and as you get to the second floor, everyone can give me perception.
Okay.
Everyone?
Let's see.
Yeah, everyone but Byron.
Yay!
Oh shit.
Hold
Oh,
up.
I mean, stuff. I actually cursed.
Let's
Stuff.
see.
I forgot that I actually have perception now. This is my first character with perception in forever.
Hold up.
It's a very useful tool.
Yeah, I always
Okay,
always
okay,
drop
okay.
it.
Alright, hold up.
Damn! I got that perceptive shit going on. I'm just,
Okay.
I've seen.
Woo,
this
I'm
before.
doing great, guys.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I had the highest plus, but I still have less than like everyone's roll. God
because you
dang
ain't
it.
Let's
really good
see.
at scoping them out.
28 plus.
You gotta
4.
give them like the full
There you go.
walkover.
What? 11.
Something
Yeah,
never
just
changed.
to recap everything, Ratia rolled an 18. I'll probably have the dice rolling showing up in the next episode just to make it easier. Katya rolled a 15 total. Dakeen with a 22 total. Sarvin with a 14 total. And good old Jiwoo with an 11 total.
I just made the comment. And I
So-
haven't this time.
Everyone but Dakeen, or not Dakeen, everyone but Jiwoo can see what the prisoner is. This is strange because you don't really see much of these guys anymore. It's a drow. You notice that dark skin and white haired anywhere. It's tied up in like just a slight ponytail in the back, and he's in the prison garb, and he looks.
How big is he?
What?
How big is he?
He's like 5'6", 5'7". He's not.
Okay.
He's a lanky fellow. Doesn't look
Okay.
like to be super strong. He's silent. He's not giving, a dim a damn about anything that's happening. Anything.
He doesn't give
you
a
know.
damn.
Yeah, he
That's-
don't give.
that's-
a
Got you like exotic blood, like Underdark blood.
Well, he just looks like this is all. It's a big inconvenience to him. He's like.
Does
how
he
dare I
have
sit here?
a tattoo? on his
You
neck?
don't notice that, but Dakeem notices that there is. That there is what's it called? You do notice that tattoo on his neck.
Does he recognize the tattoo?
Yes.
He just freezes.
Dakeem,
Do I just startle? Just like, oh!
Dakeem, Dakeem, what are you doing?
You notice it for a split second, and then they lead him into cell block. What's cell block? D. You guys are what? Cell block D? Yes. And he gets led into cell block C. Oh no, you're in cell block C. He gets led into cell block D. My apologies.
I do not understand why Dakeem is frozen with fear. That guy doesn't look too strong.
Dakeem, we're going to lose him. Hurry up.
We need him. He's the one. And he
Yeah,
just
I'm going. I'm following
He's the
him
one
now.
for. What's he the one for?
For me to eat. Let's go.
Fresh calamari.
Around blood that much, huh?
I've been down here for 5 years.
And I haven't eaten a drow in 8.
She likes that earthy undertone.
I guess so.
do.
It's that
They
dark
live
meat.
underground. It's nice.
They're
It's
very
like
gamey.
a pooer. It's like a very strong.
As I follow, I kind of couple step away from like Katia, I guess. Like,
Something about creatures with gray skin. It's just.
Extra tender. Crisp, nice, and.
Their blood is so moist.
Okay, but let's go.
There's not a lot of that vitamin D in there. Either.
Lack of vitamin D and stuff like that.
Okay, but seriously, following.
So you
Yeah, we're
follow
following.
as far as you can before the good old Inquisitor guards that guard over every cell block. They pretty much instantly can tell that you're not a part of. They're like, we don't recognize you. They stop you and they cross their weapons, which are I don't know if I described you what they have. They have these one-handed
Something nuts.
heavy maces, and they have nets on their side, just ready to go.
Did you
It's
put
like
it
a
in
long
the?
mace
I'm
where
just-
it has like a longer staff portion of it, like where
Yes.
they yeah, okay. Like I was wondering
I'm
if
just-
it's a long staff one where they hold it with two hands. Like
No, it's not that. It's one-handed.
Oh, it's just a one-handed.
Do you have
Okay.
it in the? Do you have it in the Isles of Luna PDF?
The what?
I think you mentioned it. But
Your little
The
PDF
weapon.
thing?
The
Player's
Or the
guide.
guards? What the guards were? The base, everything that everyone got. in the
No,
little packet?
no, not
Okay.
what they wear, unfortunately. That was
Okay.
something I designed after I did the PDF. But yeah, Katya, you're the first one obviously to get there, followed by Dakeem,
Yeah.
Jiwoo, and Sarvin and Ratia. And they get there, they just stop you. They say, this isn't a show, this isn't a sightseeing. He's a prisoner. Get back to your common area or go back to your cells.
Alright, I'll just bare my teeth at them and then turn around and kind of like address Dakeem.
They shake the mace kind of like sort of menacing, like shoo shoo shoo.
What a trap! We out.
Well, I mean, I don't want to fight them. I would have talked to you first and be like, why do you think this? Because I don't see the tattoo or anything.
It was there.
Yeah.
He was the one in the tree.
Okay, that's all I was trying to get from you.
Sure. This is the. Okay. So.
So, what do we want to do about this?
What would we do when we get the man? We don't know why was he in your dream.
Wait, don't we all eat lunch in the same place? So I'll just wait for that.
Was he alone when I saw him?
Yeah.
Did he look like he knew where he was going, or did he look like he was exploring?
He looks like he knew where he was going.
Then we follow him.
He's a man with purpose.
Alright, if you want to follow. I've known you for 5 years. We're doing this.
well, that's like nothing, and you're 130.
Hey, I didn't like any of the people I knew in those 130.
Oh, and one of the things out of game I wanted to ask is, I feel like Dakeem would have been in the prison for, if not the longest, a very long time.
Yeah.
He is 85.
He's been in here
I
for
know
a
that's-
while.
Yeah, he's been in here he's one of the longer prisoners.
Yeah, I'm probably.
Oh, sorry. You also had Dakeen. You also had a kind of a title when you came down. Everyone had a title, but the people that gained the most infamy were you, Ratia, and Katya have the most infamy out of the group. Mostly because
I'm
you're.
probably the most recent one, actually.
Yeah,
Like, I was
Byron, you're
probably
the one.
most
You
recent.
just got caught maybe like 5 years ago. But
I'm pretty recent too.
Dakeen
Check
is
the Google
the
chat.
burning
Exact criminal
beast.
perception.
Wait, what was that?
Dakeen is the burning beast. He's called the mad demigod of fire.
I'm not one of the most recognizable because I literally tried to kill the boss.
He actually had you tried to kill him, but you didn't really do any damage. It was just like, look at this assassin type.
Well, I said I was up to him.
Yeah, you got up to him. He just knew about it though. Dakeen actually burned down a good amount of like small churches.
Oh, okay.
Like he actually got away with what he didn't get away with what he did, but he actually completed what he did. And Katya is actually murdered 22 innocent people. And Ratia just is known because she has that like sniper fight that she's known for. That's like.
I mean, I killed a lot of people. Most people just don't know about it, though. So.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
Yeah, and it goes like, and mine's is I've killed a lot of people too.
It's just not like.
But I've also taken a lot of every other job.
Yeah, but
It's all underground stuff.
Sorry.
yeah,
Oh,
But
sorry.
it's not well known. But
is that like I basically killed them and like left dismembered bodies in my wake. It was just like, here, I don't care. Anyone can know.
that's the same thing. I don't stealthily kill them. Someone tells me to kill them, I murder the guy, and then I leave.
Got you.
That's my job.
Remember,
I don't remove
I
anything.
turned
I'm not
them all
stealthy
into-
about it either.
Yeah, I turned
Well,
out
yeah,
a bunch of
'cause-
shambling corpses that now plague the landscape for the next 5 years, basically.
All right, guys. Everyone has the purse. The only one that doesn't really have like that great of a story, unfortunately, although he's got is Sarvin, because Sarvin got caught attempting to do something, and he wasn't actually able to leave it. He's just well known because of his status.
He doesn't as good at prison story.
Yeah, his was like I tried to bomb the Radiant Prime, and
What was I rolling this perception for?
yeah, okay, 18. Just something you notice about the guards' clubs or the guards' maces, as they shake it menacingly, you see static of electricity go
Okay.
around them. Just something to note that you just never really noticed before.
Stun sticks. No.
So, Dakeen, are we waiting till lunch?
We don't. I don't think we want him to know we're following him.
Okay.
If that's even possible for us.
Should we ask Mom for advice?
So you say we should just kind of keep an eye on it.
Yeah, if he goes somewhere,
All right.
we want to be there.
All right.
Or I want to be there. I don't know about you,
So, did you say you asked Ratia for advice?
Oh, I mentioned to the group that maybe we should talk to Mom about this because she seems to know a lot.
Well, Mom is right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you? You came with us? I
Mom
thought you said
followed?
that-
He came
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
us.
I'm followed.
but okay.
No, I did not
Yeah.
know
Only
that.
Byron didn't follow.
Yeah.
I was just waiting. Like, I don't really have anything to...
Okay.
always
So
fixing the group.
with Ratia, do you say anything about this? Anything you wanna?
Oh, I haven't been addressed yet.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
not
I
in
didn't know
character.
you were. I didn't know you were there.
Oh no, I was saying that. Yeah, but I didn't know you were there because I said that I would have said that out to the group. Like, I'm just,
I apologize then. Yeah, I've been there. I've been following the group the entire time.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
If asked,
gonna ask-
Rachi's response would be, not start anything with the guards. We will lose, obviously. This man is important, but that said, he will more than likely be down here if he was escorted this far. If he is to be higher up, there is not much we can do about that, save perhaps go after Byron's supplier. Some information, perhaps even a meeting, but that's likely stretching it.
What will we do when we get if we get the guy? Like, are we just gonna kidnap him?
No, we need to follow him.
No, Dakeen wants to follow him. He wants to get information out of him, basically. We want to see
Because
what
I
he's doing.
saw him go somewhere in this prison that I've never seen before. Something glowed, and then he was gone.
So
or something.
maybe like a portal or something.
Yeah, something we
Would
haven't seen
be-
yet.
Really nice. Get us out here.
Anything is better than just staying here another day not doing anything.
So we're gonna.
I don't want to stay here.
So we're gonna kidnap him and interrogate him.
No, we're gonna follow.
No. We're just going to follow him. We're not going to touch him.
Jiwoo was like, so we're gonna kill him, right? And everyone's like, no,
It's like
no
a
one
test.
said
We're gonna kidnap
that.
him. I know how to kidnap a guy. I've done it before.
You mentioned he was alone? Yes? In your dream?
Yep. He was alone.
Right.
Moved with
The
purpose,
guards
like he knew where he was going.
The guards will not leave him alone until they have escorted him to his cell. He may speak with the warden now, perhaps one of the higher. He will be escorted by guard for a while. It is most likely he would move about alone at night, which means we should keep our eyes open. We find out what cell he belongs into, and then we watch him. Then, at night, when he begins to make his move, we very quietly, if we can, follow him to where he is going. Your vision is pure premonition, and you are simply seeing something as it's happened exactly. If the vision is a premonition exactly, it is likely, and like she whispers this next part very quietly, he may have a way out.
Like that, like by the, he may have a way out. Just very matter of factly.
The fact that it's someone that you've seen in a dream is already a good sign. That he's
now-
real. So it's not just a dream. We know this.
For now, though, we should continue with our current plan. We want to know what this symbol is. We want to know as much as we can about this individual without speaking to him yet. Because it is likely he might lie, he might simply refuse to tell us. We should know everything we can before we deal with him.
Okay. And with that, we're gonna move to Byron. So Byron, during this like half an hour to an hour time, they're discussing
I'm gonna
all
drown
this.
out. So I don't win a game.
Byron, you head to kind of through the crowd, and you see the very usual corner where Took is. He's kind of sitting there shaking, like.
Yeah.
He's in the, as soon as he sees you, he looks over and kind of just gives like calling you over.
Byron just sort of nods and carefully weaves his way through probably the people that are filtering towards the newbie.
Yeah, the newbie trainer.
Yeah, and then as soon as he gets towards him, he's like, "Sounds like that fresh blood caused quite a stir, eh?"
Yeah, man. Every time it happens. It's the last time we haven't seen a drow in a while. I mean,
I'll be right back, guys.
it's been a
Okay.
bit.
Since we're doing this.
Wow.
Okay.
That is a rarity.
Yes. Yeah. Oh man, I'm just gonna I gotta be a little careful. One of the razors tried to take what I had on me, and gave me a little bit. Almost tried to shank me. Man, I'm not ready for this. I can't deal with these gangs.
Again, you have to get better protection from Henrietta.
I mean, we ever, and plus it's getting harder to smuggle stuff in, and you know the only way we can
They'll
smuggle, the only
still
way we
have
can,
bestseller.
yeah, the only way we can smuggle stuff in, you know, is if Henrietta gets our contact to send them in with the prisoners that are coming in, and you know, not a lot of prisoners getting caught by the Radiant Dawn nowadays. You know, most of them are locked up here, so.
So, I have an odd question of sorts.
Yeah.
It's twofold, truth be told.
Byron, everything about you is pretty odd. I mean, we're rat folk. What do you want?
And he gets in with a little bit of like more intimidating glare, because I feel like that probably, if out of all the people in the prison, the rat folk probably have the most.
Yeah, you're gonna shake down your rat folk, buddy. You're just like looking like giving the old people's eyebrow.
Yeah, it's like, I need to know about a place in the prison, one that not many afoot has trod.
What do you mean, like a place?
Well, you know every little crip and crevice in here. Like,
Look, I know most crypt. He does that. He's like, I know most crypts and crevices of this prison. What are you talking about?
specifically, and then he goes into detail describing describing the particular the cleaner walls. You said it was like a white, almost like marble-ish sort of looking place or something like that.
No, it has distinct like rock walls that the other ones had. It was just a lot cleaner. The runic symbols are something you've never seen before.
And then the symbols and the mission.
Man, that sounds like something up in the guards' quarters. Maybe like the top. I can bring it to we can bring it to Henrietta, see what she thinks. I've never heard of the place like that.
That comes to the second request of mine. Me and my associates, as you as you've got the
Yeah. You, Mama Feathers, and that serial killer you guys got all running around with you.
Yes, we need a meeting with Henrietta.
I mean, yeah, just I can arrange that. How about say lunchtime?
Sure.
Actually, let's make it dinner.
All right.
We have a lot of stuff going on today.
All right. I understand. Speaking of which, do you know anything about this new blood that's in here?
Just some typical drow coming in. You don't see a lot of it. Everyone's hooting and hollering. I've never heard of him. Doesn't really have a story to him. He's got some cool Yeah, they got some cool tattoos, I hear.
And then his ears perk up at that. What kind of tattoos?
I don't know. Some like tribal stuff. You know, everyone comes in here tatted up.
And he leans in.
us.
Where? Where on him?
I don't know, man. I just heard he was tatted up. That's all. What are you trying to shake me down for? Like, what I don't come into your house and be like,
All
hey,
right.
why are you doing the things you do? What do you know about me? I don't know about him. What, you want to keep tabs on him? Maybe if you
All
pay
right.
me a little bit more, I can keep tabs on him, you know?
You haven't had your fix today, have you?
No, man. I just don't like people kind of shook. I'm, like, kind of scared. Thrax's guys are all over me, you know, trying to, like, I gotta, you know, gotta realize who I'm up against. And the keeps, you know, they ain't protecting me as they used to anymore. I don't know, it's just not a lot of stockade anymore. Don't need a lot of runners anymore.
How much you down then?
How much I'm down?
Yeah.
It's not a lot of it's not about tokens, man. It's about lifestyle. It's about life.
Well, I mean, you know that eases pain a little bit.
Just keep an eye lookout for me, okay? Okay, Byron? Your boy
All
Took,
right.
your best friend Took needs some protection every once in a while. So if you see me getting shaken down, or you see some like razors coming around, snooping around, just like give him a little curse. I know you can do it.
Understood. And as always, if you see either one of them, just let me know.
Yeah, I will. And look.
And then he grabs like
Yeah.
one of his spare tokens and hands it to him.
All right, yeah, you get in. He looks at it. He's like, I'll try to find a little bit more about this this guy if you really want. I'll see what's going on, but you probably don't want to talk to Henrietta. I don't know about this whole room situation. She'll probably know.
Call it a booking fee. All right.
All right. Sounds good. I'll get you all set up. Meet at dinner time. Use the time and the place. You know the usual spot, and we'll go. Henrietta will go meet you all.
I'll let
Remember,
Rati in.
no shanks, no daggers, no funny business, and you make sure you keep the tiefling's mouth shut because I swear, if he keeps talking again, Henrietta's gonna stab him.
All right, you have my word.
Okay. He kind of like. So with that,
And then,
you kind of
Yeah, Byron's going off to basically sniff out where his friends are.
yeah. You go back and you see Byron return.
Wait, are we at like back in our own cell block?
Yeah.
Okay. So oh, sorry.
No, I'll go after you. Go ahead.
No, you got it.
Ladies first.
You can
So
both have the
Byron,
purse.
Byron, did you hear anything? Find anything out?
Well, I got us a meeting with Henrietta at dinner time. Unfortunately, we couldn't get it earlier. But this place, what Took said, sounds like it's in the upper ring.
Dinner time or lunchtime?
Dinner.
Okay.
Well, that's good because this drow's the guy.
Yeah, then we can
I heard about his tattoos. I was wondering if that was the case. Well,
we believe so.
if he's been tatted up like that, then perhaps that premonition of yours has a bit more weight to it than even I imagined. Are you planning on
says the-
tailing him?
When we can. As Mom
It's
mentioned,
the-
it would be smarter to go at night because when I saw him, he was alone, which means no guards.
That follows. Still, I think maybe we need to consider the venues of maybe getting him to talk. And then he makes a smirk on his face, and you guys are the only people in the prison that really know that he could probably charm him into just sort of dimming a bit.
Well,
Oh, I see. You want us to punch him.
He turns to shampoo. He gets a slack on his face.
Sarvin immediately face bombs.
He's like, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that.
Subtlety is
charm
not
him,
your
I
strength.
scare him. Honestly, we just need to see where he goes.
Why would we need to use charm when we can just use old thunder and lightning?
That was over.
If he has a way to get up to a higher level, because you said it's most likely on a higher level, correct?
Aye, that's according to the God's compass.
Yeah, so if he has a way to get up there, I mean, I kind of just want to know the way anyway, whether or not it's the right room.
But that's what's make it dangerous to tell him then. If we
Yeah.
go up, you know they're gonna make looks at us if we try to.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but you know if you... The guards' quarters are like, hey, they're always guarded, but if you're caught in the guards' quarters, especially after dark, that's leading to a pretty quick, if not execution, it's leading to a good amount of time in the coffin.
Well, now it's sounding like we need to kidnap him again.
So
To what? Save him from himself? He's gonna do this.
I don't care if he dies. I just want to know what the hell if he has a way out of this place.
I mean, technically, he should be at lunch, so you should be able to just speak to him there.
That seems like a good idea. First thing is to talk to the guy.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
I wouldn't have all of us approach him, though. I don't want him to, freak out.
You think just two?
Yeah.
Just two. Okay.
I would like to come since I am not very intimidating, and I speak many languages, so maybe I could speak what level language he might have.
Maybe,
Oh,
but
that reminds me. Henrietta was really pissed at you.
Did he speak in your premonition?
It was completely
I
silent.
don't know. What did you say to her last time?
It's completely what?
GM, what did I say?
you just talked a lot. You just never stopped talking. It's annoying. You annoyed her.
I do not understand what you are speaking about.
What were you saying, Dahin? Oh, he's eating.
Oh, I asked him if he said anything in his premonition.
It was silent. And besides, if you don't want intimidating, you don't want me there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just be across the room. I
I'll
can
be
work
aware.
from distance.
I'll be with him. Who's doing yard work again?
Dan. Look at that guilty face of his.
Well, then I feel like because she's already kind of got a negative vibe from you, Sarvin, that it should be me and Byron.
I was actually talking about the drow,
Yeah.
not
Oh.
Henrietta.
I would say the tiefling would be not a bad fit for the drow. You know, they're both kind of otherworldly.
Go ahead. You can have him.
One more thing. So, Nick, GM, I was thinking, since I got the description from the Keen about like the ruins and the dreams, and I wrote notes about it. I also asked him, about like the runes and what he told me and stuff. Can I do like an Arcana check to see if I know what the runes
What
mean?
possibly could be? Yeah, you can do an
Yeah.
Arcana check.
All right, give me a second.
Imagine it's going to be high because it's something you're hearing by hearsay.
Yeah, it's gonna be a high check, but if you can make it,
24.
24. Ooh.
You have a plus 12. Jesus.
Book nerd.
You can tell that from reading. You can tell that it's magic that's probably a little bit higher level than you.
Okay.
Oh, this?
Okay.
You can tell that's a little bit of a higher level magic that you can't that you probably haven't been able to use before. Obviously, because you're being an alchemist.
Right.
But you can tell right away that maybe if you were to kind of reinspect these runes to someone else that has casted magic, that they might be able at least to tell you the school.
What type of magic? Sorry, say that bit.
Oh, you could tell that it's definitely like some like wizard, sorcerer type of magic, like arcane. You believe if you can bring someone that has done that type of casting, that they might be able to tell you the school of which the magic has derived from.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, so with that, I believe the plan is set that you guys are going to visit Henrietta.
We're visiting the drow first, probably at
Oh,
lunch.
trying to visit the drow first? Okay, you can try.
The drow at lunch.
And
And
then,
Henrietta at dinner.
Yep. All right. And then from there, you're going to visit Henrietta at dinner then.
I will not.
Okay, what's Sarvin's name on? Well, the plan has been set, the men are set in motion, and I believe that ends the first episode of the Invasion of the Overmind, Chapter 1, The Hollow. So thank you guys for playing. We'll be picking this up next week. Definitely, it's been a great first opener, and it's only going to get better as they go along. So everyone wave goodbye, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.